Oh, Sugar Cube, my only friend, know that I would never harm you. Ah, forget it. Hello again, viewers. Kryten Prime here again, coming at you from Kryten TV on Icon. Welcome back to my overview series of CGI Transformers. With this episode, it's the third appearance of the aliens in another episode entitled Other. It's the Other Victories. Far away in a distant dimension in space, as I recall to be called Nexus Zero. I'm pretty sure my caption will remind me of that. We're reintroduced to the aliens who were involved with Earth in the first place, officially known as the VOC. Well, in this case it's magenta-eyed VOC and yellow-eyed VOC, basically, as TF Wiki describes them. I like to call them floating skeletal rejects, because they're essentially floating skulls with long metallic hairs, a bit, so they look a bit like Metallica fans, almost. Anyway. Of course, at this point, they're still aware of the time disruptions, and they're charging Megatron for putting him on trial for disruptions against the time-space continuum and all that cliche nonsense. And at the same time, they need a vessel to travel there and deal with him. And of course, they still have the bodies of Tigertron and Air Razor. So at that point, you see them holding hands, because they have to take out their sparks, because they need a hollow shell to put together. And thus, they make Tigerhawk emissary of the VOC, which they take control of, so they can travel to Earth, and the Tigertron Air Razor as the sparks follow them. Meanwhile, at the same time, there's also another trial going on in the Predacon base, in which Megatron, in this adorable judge's hat, is putting Quick Strike on trial because of the previous endeavour from the previous episode, where he dropped Megatron into lava using Optimus's body. So yeah, Quick Strike is feeling bad about all this, knowing that Tarantulas sort of lied to him and all that. And Megatron appreciated Quick Strike's true good intentions for tracking down Tarantulas for him, but he's through being lenient with traitors, of course. But of course, the interruption of the approaching alien anomaly interrupts all this, and Megatron decides to spare Quick Strike for now, so just laying him off with a warning. So, yeah, it's been a busy day for trials, eh? Of course, the anomalies, which is Tigerhawk, obviously, which is approaching straight towards the dark side, the Predacon base, so, which is, well, it's not convenient. I mean, obviously, the VOC were aiming for that. Sorry, had a biscuits earlier. That even though the Predacon base activates Sentinel and autoguns firing up, alien radiation disrupts everything, and everything shuts down, so they have to abandon base while the anomaly smashes straight in the dark side, blowing it up. Shame. It was such an iconic base. Not as iconic as the Ark in Generation 1, obviously. But, yeah. Of course, this is much to Rat Trap's delight, as they were observing the whole thing. The others aren't celebrating because the aliens are back. And of course, Tigerhawk fully emerges, charging Megatron for the disruption. Of course, I forgot to mention, Connor, as well as the Transmetal 2 Megatron figure, Connor's also got the Tigerhawk figure as well, so he's lucky to have that as well. But I've got Air Razor here as well. She's a part of Tigerhawk. I suppose she counts. Anyway, he shows his godlike power by summoning a tornado and sucking up some of the Predacons, including Waspinator. So at least Waspinator had company that time. And he uses an armpit missile launcher, which is the armpit. So it comes from there, blows away Dinobot and Rampage. It was an armpit missile. Of course, at the same time, Rat Trap's feeling all positive at this point, but Black Retinue is reminding him once he deals with Tigerhawk deals with the Predacons, where's he going to go next? Just when things are looking up. Anyway, Anyway, yes, back with Tigerhawk. He's dueling Megatron one-on-one, but Optimus at the same time, knowing Megatron currently possesses the spark of the original Megatron in there as well, knows that if that's destroyed, there'll be a time storm, just like the previous time when Optimus Prime was partially destroyed. So he has to go there and intervene, whilst Tigerhawk and Megatron are having this epic duel. Cheetor's observing from afar, but then Tarantulas knocks him out with a web because he's got his own plans. Yeah, of course he survived the lava. And Tigertron, he's also got Gatling guns on his wings. It's so cool. And he takes Megatron out quite swiftly. Yeah, Optimus attempts to intervene as he arrives, but Tigertron sort of buries him underground. But Tarantulas eventually knocks Tigerhawk out with his own, ignore the phone, arachnoid drones. We'll cut it there. He was knocked out. Of course, Cheetor's woken up by a vision which shows Tigertron and Air Razor have returned, and so the Vok, obviously. And Cheetor follows a fused spark of Tigertron and Air Razor to where Tigerhawk's currently captive within Tarantulas' lair, mind you, as he's stuck on a web. Tarantulas intends to use Tigerhawk as his own mindless soldier in destroying the Maxwells along with the Ark. But of course, it turns out Tarantulas won't be destroyed, nor will the Tripredacus Council, because they apparently have different origins to the Autobots and Decepticons. They're not descended. So what are they if not descendants? I mean, they're Predacons, but what are they? They're an enigma, that's what they are. Anyway, Tarantulas, whatever he is, attempts using this extraction ray to extract the Vok, but they have their own plans as they exit outside Tigerhawk's mouth, which is pretty horrifying. Chills arrive just in the nick of time, taking out some arachnoids to witness this horrifying image of two floating alien skulls. Look like they're going to a Metallica concert. As they frighten Tarantulas, he's trying to fire, but they go straight through the Metallica fans and hits the ray, starts coming towards him just as the Vok are going inside his body, and the ray hits them and they all get blown up together. So Tarantulas is dead, as are the Vok, so they won't be able to go to that Metallica concert after all. Sad. And of course Cheetor gets Tigerhawk out in the nick of time, just as the evil lair overloads and blows up. Optimus arrived in the nick of, arrived just in time to watch the sparks of Tigertron and Air Razor re-enter the body and become Tigerhawk more officially. So he doesn't have the glowing green eyes anymore, it's red. Still, you know, it's like Tigertron's eyes. It's a shame, really. We got the original act of a Tigertron reprising his role, but not Air Razor's voice actress, which is nice, because personally I find her voice pretty hot, and you know, humorous as well. But Tiger's kind of got Air Razor's mannerisms, where he kind of goes like that. So yeah, a part of her's still inside him. So I guess there's still a couple, technically. Think what you will. Of course, the Japanese voice actor makes it a gay fusing. I don't know. Anyway, it's funny really, because him and Optimus go to shake hands, but he's like, "Oh, things have changed," because he's pointing at Optimus's big hands because of the toy. It's funny, and they're all going off together. It's a nice happy ending, except Megatron's still alive. Hope you enjoyed this episode when you see it, fellow bots, if you haven't already. Coming next, it's a giant, terrifying Decepticon warship in Nemesis Part 1.